From WBBZ-TV Sports, it's time to beat the champ. Now, here are your hosts, Paul Peck and Sue Novoitsky.
Hi, everyone, and welcome to Byllye Lanes here in Bradford, Pennsylvania. I'm Rick Zurak, and we've got a great show for you. We've got like a family affair, which could very well be. I'm, like I said, Rick Zurak. I am taking the place of the one and only Paul Peck, who's out on assignment with Sue Novoitsky, the Hall of Famer, Janelle Sabin, scorekeeper extraordinaire. And I talked about that family situation. We got a 22-year-old champ named Ryan Kress, but an interesting situation coming up for him.
The fact that he might meet his twin brother, who doesn't resemble him at all. But anyways, Ryan is 0-1 against his brother Tom. So if he does meet Tom, there is a little competition going on there. But before that, we have a local flair, and we have a couple guys from this neck of the woods, bowl here, and are used to this bowling center, and we know that's important too. So before he gets to his brother, he's going to have to take on Ray Textor, who is a local guy.
So Ray, he has an opportunity to beat two brothers on one show. The brothers have a chance to meet each other. So Janelle, when it was Kress versus Kress, did you ever get it mixed up when you were keeping score? Because we got that possibility.
You know, if they were identical twins, that definitely would probably happen to me. But as you'll see, they're fraternal twins. So we'll see if they get to go head-to-head and see which Kress brother comes out on top.
Okay, Ray Textor is going to have something to say about that, and he's in our opening match as we get into it here on Beat the Champ. So it's a Ray Textor on the left side there, 61 years old, against the kid and the champ, Ryan Kress, at 22. Ray, I asked him earlier, I said, so Ray, how many 300s have you had? He says, 40, like it was, like it was nothing. Well, he said, that's typical for this style or this class of bowler. I disagree. 40 is a pretty big number.
I think so.
And there's a good start for Mr. Ray Textor out of Kennedy, New York. Again, 61 years old, average 232.
That's a pretty impressive average.
Yeah, I mean, that's how you get 40 300s if you get average 232.
Right.
He's a machine operator out of Monofrax and Falconer. And here's his opponent. And this is 22-year-old Ryan Kress, UB student, University of Buffalo. And he starts off with a bomb. And Ryan, the twin, whose brother awaits the winner of this match. And his brother Tom, Ryan is 3 years older, so he's the senior member of his
How long?
3 minutes, excuse me.
3 minutes.
3 minutes. He is he's the senior member of that twin household.
Yes, he
is.
is.
And he's a big, powerful lefty, and his brother is a righty. So It's going to be an interesting match, but Ray Textor stands in the way, and he is full of experience. And look at that kid come out. Boom, boom, and just like that, he's got a pair. Ray started with the strike, and let's see what he's got here in the second.
Well, if you notice, Ray's playing very deep on the lane, which is kind of where all our right-handers have ended up being successful there around the third arrow. There he goes, right over it.
Ooh, high, and he's got himself a leave.
I think he missed that one to the right because the boards outside of, like, closer to the second arrow, which would be board 10, have gotten extremely dry. So if you hit that early, this is going to be a result.
And you get a 4, 6, 7, 10 split.
Yeah, it's going to snap high through the face.
See what he can do with this. And he's going to go up the middle. The kick is good, and he leaves himself 4 pins there. So not what he had in mind there in the second frame.
No, that's tough against a competitor like Ryan, who is so lined up and has such good ball reaction. It's tough.
So Ray, the veteran, against the 22-year-old Ryan Kress, the champion. And
great shot.
Ray bounces back like you would expect him to.
I think he wants a mulligan for that second frame. What do you think?
Yeah, exactly.
Got to use golf terms with you.
Yeah, there you go. Well, you know, Ray is a golfer, man. He shoots in the low 80s over at Breezewood, he tells me, and he had one hole.
How many holes?
He's got one.
One?
Yeah, he's got one.
Is that about right for that caliber golfer?
I would have one too, and a tough lead there on the 10 pin for Ryan.
How many holes in one do you have?
I have one. That's why I said, you know, he's a class bowler and he's got a hole in one. That's a pretty good combination. I got one at Lockport Country Club about 20 years ago, and Tell you what, it's. But I have to tell you, last week I was in Florida, and I had an albatross, which is a 2 on a 505-yard par 5.
Wow, I've never heard that term.
Even more rare, a double eagle 2 on a par 5, as Ryan picks up that 10-pin spare.
Were you with my dad at that course?
No, that was about 3 days before I played with Richie Novoisky. Bowler and golfer. Well, he's got the bowling Hall of Fame daughter, and he is a golfer. The guy doesn't stop playing. He just keeps on going. So special hi to Richie out there down in Florida. Meanwhile, here's
Watching
Ryan.
us on YouTube.
Yes. Ryan a little bit light on that head pin, and he's got a 2-pin lead.
So all of a sudden, he seems to be fishing around just a little bit.
Yeah, the lanes definitely have changed throughout the time we've been here. And so to find that thing, but Ryan, I noticed on the left lane is taking it more outside, and he's taking it more inside on the right lane.
So far, 21 has definitely turned out to be the tighter of the 2 lanes, and the carry down is definitely going to affect how they line up. And 22, when they miss to the right, it didn't just happen to Ray, it happened to Brandon as well. If you miss to the right, it snaps up high and you leave those ugly splits.
So Ryan picks up the spare there, and got about a 20-pin match here because of the open by Ray there in the second. He's got 9 on this one. He leaves himself a 10-pin.
That was a good shot. He made the right adjustment, a little bit more ball speed, got the ball further down the lane, and it just ran out of steam. That was a very weak 10.
You saw Janelle there on our Castellone Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram scoreboard. Castellone out of Batavia, and a big miss.
Oh,
Ray
big
Textor.
miss.
This feels like a good time to take a short break. We'll be right back with more action on Beat the Champ.
Instant replay on Beat the Champ is brought to you by Transit Lanes and Keglers. Join us for bowling, food, and drinks.
Welcome back to Beat the Champ. Let's get back to the action here on WBBZ-TV.
2 opens.
The very last second.
Unlike him. 2 opens in his first 4 frames. And Ryan came out strike, spare, so he takes a healthy lead. Boom, right away.
That's right.
Can Ray bounce back? Good looking ball here. And he's got it.
I think Ray likes lane 21. What do you think?
Yeah. Yep, you're right. His 2 opens have been over there on 22. And so now let's see what Ryan Kress, the older of the 2 twins here, and if he can hang on, we'll have his brother in the next match, brother Tom. He's taking a little more inside, and it gets up, but he can't carry that 10-pin.
I noticed that Ryan is just a little bit off balance at the line. If you notice, he's sort of stumbling off the shot just a little bit, and that if he could settle that down, his timing has to be a little bit off for him to be that off balance at the line. So he might have to slow his feet down just a little bit.
His mom Barb, his dad Joe, here on hand, and he's got the 10-pin. So Ryan, in contrast to Ray's had 4,300s. Ryan has had 0, but he had a 299 last year over at Transit Lanes. So left himself a 7-pin. And
well, he's had 39 more years to accomplish this.
Yes, he does. And you know he's going to have a few.
So Ryan needs 1 a year at least.
Yes. And again, the 10-pin just won't fall.
Yeah.
That one shakes, rocks, but it won't roll over.
Yeah, that was a good shot right there.
So you got to, there's the lefty going cross lane now. Ironic, don't you think? Because he's a lefty and his brother, twin brother, is the righty.
Yeah, a little bit.
And a short arm that one and covers it no problem.
Looks like that's the way he actually shoots it, doesn't it?
Yeah. I think he's just kind of like a bump and run type deal. So a 36-pin lead right now for Ryan Kress
Ray can double here and cut into it, definitely cut into it, because he's got that strike working. But he's going to have to figure out this lane 22. Moved in a little bit more.
Yeesh. Having his troubles continue.
Yeah,
he's got a 4-pin
trying to
lead
figure it
there.
out. He moved in and kept it in, hoping that would do the trick.
A Storm IQ is his ball of choice. He tries to convert this 4-pin spare. Ray Textor can't get it done. 3 opens in 3 tries on lane 22. That is not good.
No, I think he's going to be having nightmares about that lane 22. Can't do anything right.
Well, he's back on his favorite lane, 21. But he's down a bunch and needs one here. The lead gets bigger as we get longer here.
Well, I mean, truthfully, we really have only had a couple close matches. Most of them have been pretty lopsided, it feels like.
Right. Yeah, we have a 36-pin plus lead, probably 46 because he's opened in the 6th. So covers that 10-pin, and he was a little bit of
celebrating his first spare of the game.
Yes, exactly. It's like, yeah, geez, I covered that one. I think he knows he's cooked. There's Ryan on 22, and he's got himself a split. So hang on, folks.
Half a lily.
You know, I guess if you're lefty, this is going to be the easier version of this this split. If you're a righty, a little bit tougher. But the way he throws that hook.
Yeah, well, on this one, it's pretty standard. You move about 6 boards from your strike target and still line up with the same target. Oh, he was so close.
Swing and a miss right by it. So an open frame for Ryan Kress, our defending champion here on Beat the Champ.
And he's still up 30 plus.
Right. He is 131 through the 7th. As you see, Janine on the Castellone Automotive scoreboard. Ryan, the tall, lanky lefty, and he's got a bomb there.
There he goes.
Good ball on that one.
If he wants to beat his brother, he's going to have to figure out, these lanes out.
Right. Well, his brother hasn't been on these lanes, so, you know, it'll be an interesting situation. All right, here's Ray Textor's nemesis, the lane 22. Tried even a more inside out, and he can't carry the 10-pin.
Well, he changed balls for that, and wasn't a bad guess, but a bad result.
Just not stringing them. He needed to string a few here, and countdown is on. He got that pin. So a spare, and best he can do is 177.
Correct.
And
Ryan's got 150 in the 8th, which gives him 170 in the 9th. So he really just needs to get good count 2 frames in a row.
Right. Ray Textor, Kennedy, New York. Lane 21, and he still can't carry the 10-pin. My gosh.
Ray's been here a long time today. He's waited a long time for this match.
Right.
And this just did not go the way he would have liked.
Yeah, if you know where Kennedy, New York is, about an hour from here. And so he made the trip to the mountains of northern Pennsylvania. Beautiful Bradford, Pennsylvania, the home of Zippo. And Ryan Kress can put a zip lock on this match right here if he can just get a good count.
That's it.
And he's going to get a great count. He's going to get all 10. And Ryan Kress is going to move on to take on Tom Kress. We got the brotherly family duo here in beautiful Bradford, Pennsylvania. Stick around. It's Ryan versus Tom next.
I'm with local guy Ray Textor. Didn't go quite the way you wanted to. Lane 22 kind of stood in your way for the most of that game, didn't it?
Yeah, lane 22 definitely wasn't my friend today. Felt good in practice on both lanes, but just must have got a little extra carry down, and then when I tried to adjust, it all went south. So.
Well, the ball change was good.
Yeah, but it was a little late for that, I guess.
Well, I think you should take it up with this guy over here.
Yeah, those darn lefties. That's what.
Listen, I've never seen. I mean, Ray. I've known Ray a long time, and he's bowled a lot of good scores. And when he struggles like that, you know it's tough. So.
Yeah, well, this got infinitely more polite since you guys stepped up here. That's for sure. How about giving him some money? You got a little extra in there?
I got a little here for you, Ray. Thanks for coming down and supporting us. Appreciate it.
You take that empty envelope and you go on away. Stay right here. All right. We'll be back for the Kress brothers to take each other on. Stay tuned.
Welcome back to Beat the Champ. We are at Byllye Lanes in beautiful Bradford, Pennsylvania, and we are witnessing the Battle of the Kresses. Yes, we have twins, Ryan Kress, the champ, who came into this show here, and his brother Tom, who will lead us off here. Tom Kress, of course, both these guys 22, but the youngster, Tom Kress, 3 minutes younger than his brother, and he'll start off with a bang, and it's 1-0 Tom as far as the strikes go.
Yeah, a couple fun facts. Number one, Tom is younger. Number two, Tom is up 1-0 in matches. They've only met each other once before, and Tom did come out the victor in that. So,
and the lefty answers. It's lefty versus
That's
righty.
Right. Lefty versus righty.
The older brother answers with the strike, and it's Paul and Jackie Geiger. And this is Paul. He is the main man here. Him and his wife operate Byllye Lanes, and kind of fun having the brothers here, huh?
It is. I think how ironic it is. I'm pretty sure that they bowled each other in Salamanca. That's where that one match was. Yes. Yep.
Man, a couple powerful bombs there from our champ trying to defend his championship here. That would be Ryan Kress. So here's Tom. Now, both these guys, University of Buffalo students, they both went to St. Joe's High School there in Kenmore, and both majoring in political science. I'm thinking, like, are you going to do something different? But they're all, one will probably be the president, the other will be the vice president, so there you go. Trying to match his brother, and he does. So we got nothing but strikes going on here. So
surprisingly, Tom had no intention of using his urethane ball on this pair. He brought it over there, put it down on the rack, and he said, well, he didn't intend to use it. He just put it there just in case. And I said, well, he has not thrown any balls on this pair yet, so he shouldn't make a decision too early. And sure enough, that's the ball he ended up going with, was the urethane.
So did he learn that in warm-ups, you think?
Yes. Because this pair was going to be very different from the practice pair, because Jason Shuby used urethane on this pair for 5 matches. So it was going to, break the lane down differently.
For 3 in a row, no. He leaves himself a 10-pin.
Yeah, he liked that one too. As well, he should have. It was a great shot.
So, Paul, what's the #1 challenge of a bowling operation?
Several. I don't know if you can just pinpoint it to one.
Oh, a miss of a 10-pin. Tom wants that one back.
I guess the #1 challenge you could say is you're in a battle just trying to keep everybody happy. That's
you're right about that.
Yeah.
So you getting creative here. You've got a 10-pin there to leave for his brother. You've gotten creative here at Byllye Lanes. You told me in the summertime you're doing a cornhole league.
Yeah, we actually have a bar out back of the bowling center, and in the summertime we open that up, and we have cornhole on Wednesday night and Friday night. Summertime it's tough for bowling.
Right. People want to be outside,
especially in this area. It's totally different, but that helps us. And like you said, being outside and having a few cocktails while you're doing it, enjoying the weather, it's a good thing.
So one brother misses the 10 pin and the other brother makes the 10 pin, and that's the difference in this match right now.
Absolutely. And that is definitely the challenge in the bowling businesses. And we find when we talk to the proprietors, you know, some have miniature golf courses, some have volleyball outside. It's like you do have to think outside the box.
Yeah, you definitely do. We actually, in our center in Salamanca in the summer, we do a chicken barbecue every Sunday.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, otherwise Sunday you wouldn't even be open.
Are you open year-round?
In Salamanca, the only time we close in Salamanca is on Mondays. That's it. Salamanca kind of takes care of it. The restaurant business helps that along. It's just a different animal.
5 pin covered by Ryan Kress. Tom steps up, finds himself 11 pins down as he gets into the 4th frame here. Guys both dressed in blue here. Like we said, they're both 22. They both go to UV, both dressed in blue, and let's see if he can get a strike here and get back in this. That was very light, and he gets a carry.
Oh, wow. That one got away from him.
You know, better lucky than good.
And there's his brother putting his hand out for him. It's very sweet.
Fun rivalry, you know. The nice thing is, I think the two guys like each other. That's always fun.
They do.
So if your parents there and his folks are both here, they're both their folks are here watching, and they have a sister at home watching. Her name is Brooke, and I don't know who she's rooting for, but the parents are hoping for a tie. Tom looking for the double, leaves the 10 pin.
Yeah, that was a big ball for him because he needed that to tie the match up because he missed that 10 pin. Now he's got to make this 10 pin.
As you look at the Castellone Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram scoreboard, Janelle Sabin out there. Doing a fine job keeping score, and a cover of the 10 pin by Tom Kress.
That's one of the hardest things, don't you think? Once you miss one and it gets in your head.
It's in your head, absolutely.
It's probably the spare that you make the most as a right-hander and
7 pin as a left-hander. Yep, same thing.
And yeah, once it starts to get in your head, tough spare.
There's a strike for Ryan Kress, our Beat the Champ champion right now. Gets the 5 from his brother. Takes an 11-pin lead here, halfway home.
This looks like a good time to take a break. We'll be back with more Beat the Champ right after this. Welcome back to Beat the Champ.
One thing I'd like to add about the two brothers, I mean, I don't know them. The only reason I knew them was because of Beat the Champ shows. Very respectful. Good kids to talk to.
Yep.
Yeah, very
That's
good.
nice.
Well raised.
A credit to Barb and Joe, who are here in Bradford watching the two boys battle it out. Gets a little high on that one and going to leave himself a 4-pin. Shaking his head.
So, Paul, tell us a little bit about the 4th show coming up. I know that we're going to see Chuck Jagodzinski again in that show. So it's adult junior?
Adult child, yeah. Adult child, the junior, yeah. There's a girl that, the team on top, Jaylee Copenhaver and Tim Monterey. Jaylee averages maybe 138 or 140. She come out of the gate with a 211 her first game in qualifying.
Wow.
So they were in really good shape after that.
Wow.
So it will be handicapped.
Yeah, it is, yes.
Speaking of kids, I see the birthday party crew is out here with the bumpers.
We have, our kids were here earlier today. That was big. And then this here is a youth football banquet. So yeah, there's about 90 of them here.
Wow.
So Tom comes back with a strike there in the 6th, a little bit light, but he gets the pin action and still have an 11-pin match.
Well, he's got another opportunity here to close this gap up with posting up that strike. So once again, critical part in the match, you can make this almost dead even by striking here.
Looking for the double. Tom Kress. Big right-hander. Good looking ball. And boom, there it is, the double, and we're about even, folks.
Just got that one.
Which way would you rather have it? You got the two brothers, the two twins going at it, and halfway home, we're looking at the even match.
That's right.
A lefty. Boom, man, now they're warming up.
That's be the best carry. Is that pretty typical of here? Is that real high flush carry?
Absolutely, or the real light shaker is a good one to carry too. Yeah. 9 times out of 10, if it's half pocket, you might as well turn around and get your spare ball.
Get your spare ball out.
Yeah.
So you own 2 bowling centers here in the area. Is this, I mean, winter time here? Yeah.
Yeah, this is where
gotta like what's happening in this area.
This is where we gotta make our hay.
Right.
This is the time of year where, you know, we need to do a lot of stuff to survive in the summer. That's just how it goes.
Right. Well, you know, things are twice as nice if they're both going well, so that's a good deal.
You got it.
Do you guys get to enjoy your summers? Do some
summer lately? Finally, it's been a long time, but you know, this summer especially was probably our best summer as far as, you know, not having to grind every day.
Boom! 3 in a row and 3 in a row. We got a 1-pin match. That is Ryan on top of Tom. This is Tom. If you're joining us late, these are twin brothers battling it out here on Beat the Champ, Byllye Lanes, Bradford, Pennsylvania, and it's fun.
Yep, they're a long way from home.
Can he make it? 4 in a row. Looks good. And he gets the action.
There it is. That's the one I was talking about.
Well, can't get any better than this.
Right.
1 pin separating the 2 of them.
All the pressure, though, is on Ryan right now. He's got to match that 4-bagger. He's going for 3 on this shot, and he's got it.
Wow.
Dad in the back there. Joe, he's cheering them both on. And
I think Dad and Mom can almost smell that tie coming.
There's that one pin difference. Ryan has to answer here, though. We're moving to the 10th frame. He's got the turkey going. Needs the 4-bagger. On its way. And he can't carry the 9-pin. Well, it's going to see what happens to do with when Tom's got the serious advantage there. He's working on 4 in a row. He'll step up in the 10th and he'll try and make it 5 in a row. But we need the spare first, and then a strike, and then let's see what happens.
Yeah, count's critical here.
Yep, count is totally critical.
Got to have this one, and then if Tom gets a bomb in the 10th, it should do it. Here's Ryan Kress, our defending champion here on Beat the Champ. Final ball. And it is
there it is.
A strike. All right, very nice.
He's done all he could do.
Great match. 227.
Needs the first one,
and
right?
Here's
he
Tom.
needs the first hit.
Yep, if he gets this one, it's lights out. He's got 4 in a row. He's going into the 10th frame here, trying to get a 5-bagger. And what has been a great match against his brother, Ryan, Tom Kress, with a chance to move on to the championship match here on Beat the Champ.
No time. Got that right.
Oh. And he's got
it.
Great shot.
5 in a row for Tom Kress. And he is going to defeat his brother.
2-0 against his brother.
That's right. You know, the last match was pretty close, about a 10-pin match. This one's going to be close to it. You have to wait and see what he does on this, this next ball here. And he is...
I've heard that.
Not only does he have a good match going, but he's got, what, 5 in a row? And he's going for 6 in a row. So let's see what he does on this ball here to seal the deal. Tom Kress. And he's got it.
Great finish.
And that will do it. So it's Tom Kress over Ryan Kress. We'll have the final score for you and move on here to the championship match at Byllye Lanes here in Bradford right after this.
I'm here with the Kress twins. Match of the century here for the family. Tom 247, Ryan 227. Now you're 2-0 against your brother. But You couldn't have done anything more.
Yeah.
I mean, you had a great ball reaction. You put it in the pocket every time. You put it in the pocket when you needed to. I don't know. It's being the older brother, I guess you got to be the bigger guy, huh?
Yeah, I guess so. Just nothing I could have done. Did everything I could. Sometimes you just don't carry, and it happened, but I'm not going to. I did all I could, so I'm not going to complain about one shot carrying. And
Then you just have something to bowl for next time, you two. And you weren't going to throw that urethane ball. You were going to leave it on the rack, and it changed when you practiced on this pair?
Yeah, it was plan C in the rotation. I threw plans A and B, and they didn't look too good, so I was like, well, I guess it's urethane. And Jason made it look pretty good earlier, so it worked out for me.
All right, well, it's always fun. It was a great match with you two. And Paul, you got a little money here?
Ryan, here's a little consolation prize. Hey, I appreciate you guys coming down. You came to Salamanca, you came here. It's great for us. It's great for bowling. It was a fun match. And hopefully see you in Salamanca in February, okay? Thank you.
All right. And we know there'll be a lot of entries next month because you're going to have to come back here and take him on. And you, good luck in the next match. We'll be back right after this.
Welcome back to Beat the Champ and our championship match. That man right there just coming off a 247-227 victory over his brother. And that is Tom Kress, and he is going to go first. He's going to start off on the left-hand lane, lane 21. His opponent is Shawn Moser. Shawn, a local guy, Kersey, Pennsylvania, lives in Bradford. And a 10-pin leave for Tom Kress here in the final championship match. So great match between his brother, 247-227. Couldn't ask for much more than that.
No, very exciting match. And, you know, I think that it kind of amps up the competition when you're bowling against your brother, and there is some bragging rights involved in it. But now you got to fend off that letdown. When something big happens and you have the adrenaline going, you have to fend off the letdown in the next match. And he's using a ball that, you know, he shot 247 with it, and that's amazing. That's great pin count for a urethane ball, but he's got to watch it because that ball can start to hit kind of flat too, which is what we saw right here. So Shawn's using a higher performance ball. He's got a high rev rate, and we'll have to see how his strike percentage goes.
And there's a great start for Shawn Moser.
I think his potential for striking is better just because of the technology that he's got in his hand.
Okay, so Shawn trying to pull off a double header here today, because earlier today he went out hunting with his bow and got an 8-point buck here in Pennsylvania. Now here he is in the championship match of Beat the Champ. That'd be a pretty good double header.
No comment.
It wasn't Bambi, it was an 8-point buck, so, and he starts off with a couple of bombs, so he means business here. Shawn Moser, 34 years old, lives again here in Bradford. And his opponent, Tom Kress, 22 years old, University of Buffalo student. Opened up with a spare. Here he is in frame 2. The ball seemed to bounce a little bit up there and leaves himself a 9-pin.
That hit the pocket relatively well, and it still had struggled to get all the pins down. Like, I'm worried about that ball.
Why is that? Oh, I understand. Well, I'll tell you what. If he can match that 247 in the first game, I think he'll be in pretty good shape.
You're right.
Spare.
Right.
You better get busy here because his opponent starts off with a double. So let's see what Tom can do. As you look at Janelle Sabin, scorekeeper extraordinaire at the Castellone Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram scoreboard. Tom Kress in frame 3. Spare, and what can he do here? He can strike.
Shot. Great shot.
So as both his folks here looking on with the, happy to see that. Get
and
out
now
of
his brother.
Yeah, and his brother right now. Yep, they got all three of them cheering them on. We got the Kress family here galore. Of course, the sister Brooke, she's watching on television, so hello, Brooke, from the family. And she wants to see whether Shawn Moser can make it 3 in a row. I don't know if she's rooting for him, but here he goes. in frame number 3. That's a good ball.
It is. He's got a lot of ball speed, which really helps him get through that drier part of the lane. And he's got good hand, too. He's a very good bowler.
Well, he's got 10 300s to his credit, including one here earlier this year. You can't get 12 in a row if you don't get the first 3.
That's true.
Shawn Mosier for the 4-bagger start. He's got it.
Yeah.
Wow, they're separated like that.
Yeah, he's got a lot of power.
Parting of the Red Sea there on the bowling lane. So Tom's got to get some work done here. He's got to coming off a strike in the 3rd frame. Shawn's got a 4-bagger to start the match.
And Tom has hit the pocket all the frames. It's not like he's thrown anything errant. It's just a carry. Oop, that got a little right.
And he's got himself a healthy split there.
Oh, I think that was the commentator jinx I just gave him, because that was his first errant shot. Really, he missed that one pretty bad to the right.
You know, and interesting, he was bouncing the ball up there. That one he laid down smoothly, and he gets the bad result. See what he can do with this split. Got a shot, and he's got it. Wow. Tom Kress, beautiful pickup right there.
We've had a lot of splits today, and that was our first conversion.
Yes.
In all 3 telecasts here, that was our first split conversion.
You know, back in the late 70s, early 80s, I was a production assistant on the Pro Bowlers Tour. I used to work at the events in Las Vegas and California, and they would always have the odds up there of making it, what a pro bowler would do to make it. I'd say that one was probably 8 to 1, 1 out of 8. Maybe?
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, probably. That is one of the more makeable ones, but you still have to hit it just right.
Yep, and you got to get lucky on the
bounce.
on the slide, right? He comes back with a strike though, and we still got a match. But here's Shawn Mosier, 4 in a row, looking for 5. And he's got it.
The action will continue on Beat the Champ in just a minute.
Instant replay on Beat the Champ is brought to you by Transit Lanes and Keglers. Join us for bowling, food, and drinks.
Welcome back to Beat the Champ.
Okay.
I way hope I don't have to walk outside and see that thing hanging off his car or anything.
No, I'm sure that it's well taken care of, and they're going to be eating venison for some time to come.
Really, I'm the one that pulls over on the side of the road and talks to the deer. I don't have any interest in killing them.
Shawn Mosier, Bradford native, in his hometown, in his home house, looking for 6 in a row to start, and he's got it. I say somebody's on fire. Well, Tom's got a strike in the 5th. No time for dilly-dallying around here when your opponent starts off with 6 in a row.
Nope. All you can do is answer back another 6 in a row. I mean, you have to match him somewhere along the way and hope he messes up somewhere.
There's 2 in a row. See if he can make it 3. Tom wanted to be sure and say hi to his girlfriend, Amanda, who's watching today. And, you know, other people watching, I know there's a group of Tully's, one of the establishments in Buffalo. Victoria, Jim, Mike and Connie Hurley, Don. That crew is all watching. They said they're avid watchers of the show.
Wonderful.
So shout out to those guys. You might see something very special here. I hate to jinx the guy, but we'll see. 6 in a row, but here's Tom Kress, and he's got another one. He's got 3. So like you said, he can match the 6 and get a little help from his opponent.
Right.
Stranger things have happened. Mark Moser, the dad of Shawn, is here watching his son in action. You know he'd like to see 7 in a row. Big right-hander. And he's got it.
Great shot.
I tell you, he used to play football at St. Mary's. He was a fullback and middle linebacker, and he was also a pitcher on the team there at St. Mary's High School. And he looks like he could play a little football still.
Yep, he's pretty wide-shouldered. Yep.
Yeah. I would not want to be a safety having him coming through the line at me, playing fullback. So that is 7 in a row, going for 8. Shawn Mosier. And yes!
Oh, great shot.
He gets the 7-pin to tap out of there, man. Way to go. 8 big ones, man. 8 down, 4 to go. Drama building here at Byllye Lanes, Bradford, Pennsylvania. Beautiful mountain country down here. Here's Tom Kress. He's got 3 in a row. He's going to stop right there. Can't
Well,
carry
it
that
looks like
9-pin.
Shawn's going to have to make that long drive to Niagara Falls next month.
Aha.
That'll be a haul. That's a couple hours.
You're right. Hey, I think that's exactly what he had in mind when he started this match. It would be nice to do it with a little 300 under his belt. Again, he's had 10. He's had one here before. He had that last ball that just barely carried the 7, but it went down. Tom Kress, 158 in the 7th. And as you traditionally do, you don't need to fill in. And he's got one there.
Yep. All he kind of wants to do is get out of Shawn's way now and let him go for it.
All right, folks, here we go. Shawn Mosier,
All of it.
Bradford native. He's 4 strikes for a perfect game. I think he's in a little bit of a meditation right there, knowing that it's right there in his grasp. Can he get it done? Ball on the way, and he's got it.
Oh, front 9.
9 in a row, folks. 9 in a row. He heads to the 10th frame, needing 3 for a 300. A perfect game. It's pretty fun. You see our scorekeeper there? She's had a pretty easy time going X,
Yes.
X, 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 X.
Yes, she has.
Janelle Saban. Is she going to put 3 more up on the board en route to a perfect game? Shawn Mosier.
First one.
A little light, and it will not carry. Great run. Great run. Shawn Mosier carries it through,
amazing.
9 in a row. Can't quite get that 10th one, but we have a new champion here at Beat the Champ. We're going to talk to him. We're going to talk to the consolation 2nd place guy. But an awesome game here by our new champion, Shawn Mosier. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Byllye Lanes here in Bradford, Pennsylvania, where we almost saw 300. 9 in a row from our new champion. And Tom, you ran into a buzzsaw out there.
Yeah, he did a real well all game, and I had a couple adjustments early. Had to adjust a couple things out in the lanes and slow me down a little bit, but had a couple things that I probably should have carried and a couple things I probably shouldn't have. So, just wasn't my day.
278 to 225. You bowled earlier, 247, I believe. So combined, you rolled it pretty good today.
Thanks.
Okay, nice job. And our champion, take it away, Sue.
Yeah, that was amazing. At what point did you start thinking 300?
I don't know. I try not to, but I got a little amped up at the end and got a little fast with it and come up a little light, but I'll work on that.
Yeah. Did you? Now you have a couple-hour drive to Niagara Falls, but we're gonna have to make that worth it.
Yeah, looking forward to it.
Well, you put on a great show today, and we waited to the very end. Got front 9. Got everything we needed at Byllye Lanes this month.
Yes.
A little money for our consolation
You got a little
winner
money
here,
for him?
All right. Nice bowling.
And
the winner.
We'll get you one after. Good. You see,
I think you got something,
got something for the winner
right
or no?
there?
Yeah.
All right. Well, he's going to have to work a little harder for it, apparently. 278 wasn't enough.
Just saying, Shawn. Thanks.
So he's just teasing him because he's a local guy here and he knows all about it. So congratulations to our new Beat the Champ champion. We'll wrap it up here in just a minute. Welcome back to Byllye Lanes here in Bradford, Pennsylvania. 278-225, fantastic championship match. We were a hair away from a championship 300 game. It's been a great month here.
Yes, it's been everything you could possibly want. We started off with our Chuck Jagodzinski and our Rocket Rob. Chuck goes into first place with all-time wins. Rocket Rob 5 months in a row. Then we get into some lefties, some locals, and then the big face-off between the two brothers. And then we end up with almost a 300. So I think that we just about got it all here.
Really, so the brotherly match, that was very fun, but almost the 300 was very fun. Mm-hmm. And now we got to change things a little bit. We're going to have some fun with some kids. Tell us about that, Janelle.
So next week we have our exhibition match that's going to be an adult-youth game, so that'll be really fun, so you better tune in next week for that one.
Yeah, so the kids are going to be part of the show. Not only do I have these two young ladies with me, but we'll bring in the kids as well. We hope they'll be with us next week right here on Beat the Champ.